I am Samantha Harris. I'm the Director of Programs here at Hire. Our mission is to maximize the skills and opportunities for formerly incarcerated or system-involved youth and adults here in Orange County. We do that a few different ways. We do that through employment, mentorship, and community building. And as part of our community building, we do host some different subcommittee meetings. You are in the Youth Subcommittee Meeting, which is for anyone who is interested in or working with justice-involved youth. We also have an employment subcommittee meeting as well. The purpose of these meetings is really to connect service providers, share resources, and educate on relevant topics. And so for the agenda of the meeting, we will go around and do a brief introduction of just your name and the organization that you are with. And then we will have a presentation. And then at the end of the presentation, we will ask or open it up to all of you for any questions, announcements, or anything that you would like to share. So I will start with Sammy.
Hi everyone, I'm Sammy. I work at Hire, the Hub of Integration, Reentry, and Employment, and I am the intake specialist, and I do outreach as well.
Thank you, Sammy. Crystal, are you able to do a quick intro?
Yes. Hi, I'm with Human Works Foundation, and I'm the program assistant.
Welcome. Thank you, Crystal. Karen?
Hi, everybody. I'm Karen. I'm with Mecca. I'm the YOR support specialist.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Chucks?
Hi, I'm Chucks. I with Mecca, and I'm a program coordinator on housing. Fairly new with Mecca, but yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Elizabeth?
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth and I'm with Mecca, and I am a program coordinator / housing navigator for Mecca.
Awesome. Mecca representing today, huh? Love it. And then I am so sorry. Is it Neptalid?
Yes, Neptalid. Nice to meet you all. I'm with Orange County United Way, and I oversee the Whatever It Takes youth program. So it's youth ages 12 through 24.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. So today I would like to introduce you to Beatriz Rojas. She is the support services manager at Families Forward. So she's going to tell us more about Families Forward and all the different programming that they have.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. So I'll be giving you a presentation about our services here at Families Forward. Before I share my slide, we are located in the city of Irvine. If you're not familiar, we're kind of like a little bit in an industrial area. So get off on Bake, you come down, we're on Maryland's and Telegraph are right in the middle. So all things, nothing near a bus route, unfortunately. So that's one of our barriers in our location. But we're also stationed at 2 other sites. We're at Tustin FRC in the city of Tustin, and then at Melinda Hogue in Newport Beach. So just something to look out for us. We're a little bit in certain specific areas, but we're there. Let me share my screen with everybody. See how I forgot already what I was supposed to do?
PowerPoint Live.
PowerPoint Live. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Thank you. So not sure how many of you have heard of Families Forward, but if not, I do welcome questions and interaction. So here our mission is to prevent families homelessness by providing access to housing. So as you hear, we're a housing agency. That's, first most what we do here, and then along other services. I am the supportive services manager here. So I work with the housing program team. I oversee our career program, our counseling program, and then of course, anything to do community services with partnerships like yourselves. So if you ever interested in doing a tour here at Families Forward or have any questions regarding Families Forward agency in any kind of way, I'd be your person of access. Here are our values. Obviously, we operate and committed to serving clients with dignity, empowerment, accountability, community spirit, and hope. And that's really all the things we are. I think that's why we always look so tired because we're in it. We're in it as you guys are as well. We're aligned. I think it's Wednesday today, right? It always feels like Friday to me. And the work you do, the work we do together, it just never feels like we reach the end of it. But there is so much passion that goes into what we do. And I don't know if we'll ever see the end of it. For now, we're in it together. Here are the overall services that we provide here at Families Forward. Our housing program and affordable housing, which I'll go over in our slides, our counseling program, our career program, and then of course prevention and diversion, and then our food pantry and seasonal programs. I know this is a youth meeting, so some of these things may or may not pertain to the clients that you serve, but I think there's a mix in there that we can definitely connect in many ways. So
Beatrice, can I
feel free.
pause you just for
Sure.
1 second? I just got a message that some people can't see the presentation. I can see it. Is there anybody else that can't see it? Can you give us a thumbs up if you can see it? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. Sorry. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Chuck. I don't know if Chuck had a comment. Chuck's had a comment. Okay, you guys we're good?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you.
No, don't be sorry, good. I'm glad everyone can see it. I definitely don't want you guys just staring at my face the whole time. So good. There we go. So as I have mentioned, I like to really emphasize Families Forward as like 3 big housing programs. So I will go over the 3 big housing programs we have. First, as you're going to see here on the slide, is rapid rehousing. I like to have that feel like it's the middle of all of our programs. I'm going to also go over prevention and diversion. And then to me, the beast of all our program services is our affordable housing. So I'll go into those details. For rapid rehousing, our clients come into this program literally homeless. So Families Forward only works with families with a minor youth in the home. So we don't work with single adults. That's really important to know. But we can our clients separate in through that process and become a single adult? Yes. So there's a lot of different transitions that can happen, and we want to make sure that we connect them to the right program. But for now, as we receive referrals, all our clients are families with minor age children in the home. And so a family coming in through Rapid would get a career coach, a case manager, a counselor, and a housing partner specialist. The housing partner specialist is a very unique role because it works with landlords on working with selling our program, right? How the client doesn't have a job or has a history of evictions, and how this program will work with them on sustainability and providing rental assistance, a deposit, and some light furniture as well. And being able to connect client successfully to, an apartment during the first 30 to 45 days of enrollment into our program. So it's a really rapid, just like the name says, as rapid as it is, the team definitely works with the family, meeting with them bi-weekly, connecting them with all services here at Families Forward, including food services. Clients have access to our community market, which you'll see a little bit in future slides, but also our staff will deliver food to the client's home as well as we're working with them. So we're required to provide food services to our clients. So what does rapid rehousing offer? It offers short-term to long-term, depending on the contract they're in, rental assistance. So like I said, we will provide deposit, rental to a certain place. And then of course, during that time, clients will start paying a certain portion, and that we're also working with them on making sure that they're connected to other resources, that they're being stable in the home that they're in. Usually some of the faster contracts are 6 months, but most times clients are with us with it 6 months to over a year, slightly over. But in that time, everyone in that team is working with them to making sure they have employment, they're working on their credit, they have some savings in there, as we're providing that assistance. And then we're also addressing any other barriers that are presenting in the home. And of course, our clients sometimes the children are not are not enrolled in school. So we want to make sure we also work with the Department of Ed to make sure all those areas of needs are addressed during the time that we're working with the family. Any questions on this program? No. Okay. And then, of course, like I mentioned, one of the services is counseling services. Here we offer short-term counseling, individual marriage counseling, and of course, we work with children as well, but it's short-term. They have to be enrolled in our program, in our housing program, and we're just really more addressing crisis, getting clients stable, and any other barriers. And then, of course, we are connecting them long-term to deeper counseling services. So our team can provide telehealth services or counseling services here on site. And then many times our therapists can attend a family housing meeting just to, and depending on the crisis of the family. Our career program is definitely very unique, as it's not a huge employment program service, but it is an individualized program service. So they get a career coach working with them on resume building, making sure that they get employment. We have employment partnerships that we connect clients to. We are attending with them to employment fairs. We are reviewing their budget. We also have special grant opportunities where we provide certifications and clothing for them as well. So there's a lot that goes in depending on what our clients are really interested in, and any way that we can motivate, income increase. As some of our clients, last year, I think we experienced more seniors with their grandchildren. And so that was more in the home and they were returning back to the workforce. So every year is a little different and a different challenge in employment. Okay, so I went over rapid. Now we're going over the family navigation services. So this goes into our prevention and diversion. To me, this is the fast-paced program. It's like, to me, it brings in our literally homeless or clients that are housed and are at risk of losing their apartment, right? So this is where that pay or quit notices come in. So the services for prevention, they'll get community resources, they'll get security deposit assistance or emergency rental assistance. And it can just depends on the family, on the grants that's available and funds that are available for that time, where clients can get helped, for what period of time they can get assistance. It's a one-time assistance when they're connected, but also in that eviction process, they can also get rehoused. Because we have such a variety of housing programs, a client can start in this program and then end up in our rapid and somehow end up in our affordable program. So it just, everyone works together to make sure that if there's a fit and there's an opportunity, that we match the families in every way possible to sustain them long term. Our literally homeless clients really get a lot more services as well. So you're seeing security deposits, sometimes motel assistance as well, enrolling them into obviously our family coordinated entries. We'll go a little bit on that because there's been so many changes, but just kind of want to let you know where we're at now. And then mainly more our shelter bed reservations, making sure that we're connecting them somewhere and somehow, because that one takes, as if you have not experienced shelter bed reservations or just housing itself, everything is it's on a waiting list. It's calling constantly with the client. So while client is enduring that with us, we're also connecting them to food services. We also have hygiene kits on site, other partner resources that we provide them. So they can show up here, and we want to make sure that we can provide anything that's available to connect. But we're always in constant checking in. And they also get connected to our seasonal programs as well, which I'll go over in later slides. But I think for me, this one, because it goes so fast and so intensely, and we tend to lose client, due to them may not having a phone connection, or, they're not able to check their services. So this one's definitely, to me, one of the more of the tougher programs. Any questions on this slide?
And Beatriz, you might have said that in the beginning, but just to clarify, a family is defined as just one adult with the minor youth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, great question.
And
So-
then
previous slide, when you said like they get assistance, is it for a temporary like amount, like 6 months, or how long can they be in like the housing assistance?
For the rapid rehousing, the previous, or the
Yeah.
one I'm on here? It
This-
just depends on the grant. I mean, I haven't seen, I think a 6 months I don't think I've seen us do 6 months. I've seen us do more like a year, to be honest. Yeah, but I mean, if it was a grant opportunity, there always even a client can start in that grant and then end up on a different one. And as you see how funds can be available or transfer in different ways. But yeah, the least I've seen, to be really honest, is more a year of assistance.
Which is good because some families only get it for, like I said, maybe a couple months, and then they're scrambling to secure work and other resources. So that's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we try to, like I said, if we can provide them assistance in a different program or a different grant, seeing that maybe there is effort, there is, they just need a little more, then we'll figure out how we can work together or work with other agencies as well. So definitely the hope and the spirit comes in all different ways in the day. I'm sure you guys all experience that too, but we try to explore everything before releasing the client because they'll come back into our system again. And so we want to make sure we can do the job well. So homeless prevention and versus our literally homeless, it's just a different and a little bit of what's the difference is from between both. So prevention, they're housed, but we want to make sure we avoid them being at risk of couch surfing, paying for motel out of pocket, being unhoused or living with friends and family. Really, this is the category that we want to prevent. So we are providing them with light case management. It's a lot of landlord mediation because either the clients have had incidents at their apartment complex, something has, they've been delayed on rent various times, so they're not establishing a great relationship on site, and so we have to, go a little more beyond to make sure either this is still the right fit or maybe move them into a different apartment complex. For our homeless and diversion, it's like I said, it's our literally homeless clients. So they're living in their car. So we here at our community market, we do get a lot of different donations. So we try to make the car experience as comfortable as possible as we're trying to work through getting them housed or in a shelter bed reservation. But also a lot of our clients have pets. So when there's an opportunity, they don't want to let the pets go because a lot of our shelters don't take pets, right? So we try to make sure we provide sleeping bags, clothing or blankets. We whatever we can get client to just be as comfortable as possible until the next opportunity comes. So there's a lot of navigation in that program. Any questions on the prevention and diversion? I will go at the end to let you know, well, how do we get connected? So I want to make sure I'm just describing the program because I'm pretty sure that's come up in your head. Well, how do we get that service? So hold on that question if you can, but for sure, I've shown you Rapid, which has a team that works with that program. Prevention and diversion is really our literally homeless. So it's connecting them or giving them that one-time support. And now to me, affordable is the beast of all beasts here at Families Forward. Here in this program, Families Forward not only manages units at certain locations, I'll show you some pictures of. We also own property as well. So we're very fortunate in that. And so I'm going to show you exactly where you can go on our site to locate when there is affordable housing opportunities for your clients. And anyone can apply and you'll see the requirements. Our team is pretty good at that. But with that, Families Forward really tries to get creative. I think I use that word very respectfully. So creative opportunities for affordable housing sites. We have locations in Costa Mesa. We have them in Irvine. We have them in Lake Forest, I believe. And so various different locations. But each client gets a case manager that helps them through their affordable housing stay. So we do inspect the apartment, making sure everything's maintained. Also, we're providing, again, food assistance to them. We're bringing groceries, getting delivered to our clients. We're also going over financial, making sure that their budget is being built, and also their credit is also increasing, right? And so there's also a savings program when it comes to for this program specifically. And so when they graduate our affordable housing program, then Families Forward matches whatever they saved so that they can move on to the next great opportunity and give someone else an opportunity to move in. So how long do clients stay? Great question. It's anywhere from 3 to 5 years, or when they increase income out. So we're really trying to work with them. Have we had evictions in the past? Yes. Obviously, there's certain things, because if you've noticed, when clients are most stable is when all barriers, really have a chance to really rise. And sometimes, a lot of the pressure that comes in sustaining a home definitely presents itself. But this is also where clients are connected to counseling services, and another more intensive services when they're in the affordable housing units. So like I mentioned, Families Forward owns units. And so here we have them in Lake Forest, Irvine, Mission Viejo, Tustin, Costa Mesa. I know it was missing one. So we do own units, in the rent. That's our rent range right now. We have 1 to 3 bedrooms. They're really nice units, and we try to fit our families in those units. We have our one of our sites. It's called 21st Street, because it's on 21st Street in Costa Mesa. And it's the second picture that you see there. And it's a whole apartment complex. Families Forward owns that. And so all of our clients are living in there. We rarely have a vacancy. And so when we do, case managers go and visit clients there, making sure food is being connected, resources, clients are connected to employment services, and anything else, events and support is provided through all the clients that are in our affordable housing sites. But we also have our bungalows in Costa Mesa, closer to Newport Beach, and then of course every other complex you see, it may be 1 or 2 units on these sites. Any questions on this slide? No. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, those are the units we own. This is where we are partners. So we manage units. How many of you are familiar with the hub in Orange? Nice. So we're in that cul-de-sac right next to the hub. So that apartment gated place, we're there. That's the building on the right, all the way to the right. That's our Valencia Garden site, and we're right there. We manage, I believe, 40 units there. And so our clients have been there for a year now. And there's also a community room, which if any of you are interested in providing a workshop or a presentation for our clients there, we'd be more than happy to have you. But we do after school program twice a week there. We do community events. And then of course our case manager manages that site. She's also on site as well, providing resources and support. And then also maintaining the apartment sites and case managing the clients that are there. So we have another site in Salerno, which is in the city of Irvine. And even though we may not manage all the units, we still provide resources and connection to all the complex there. So clients in the community are able to join us in community events that we provide, and can be connected to resources as well, and any of the partnerships that we bring on site. So there's quite a few of our developers and partnerships that we partner with, and that we're very fortunate to have those relationships and provide easier access of housing for our clients. Any questions on this slide? Okay, and then so I've been mentioning, I'm almost there to the slide. I'm telling you how do we get connected to everything, but I think I don't know, I might have missed it, or I don't see it on here anymore, but I thought I had it on here. I think I must have deleted it. Oh, no, we're good. I was a little scared that I deleted it. There we are. So our community market, we recently in the past year, Families Forward has always provided food assistance in some small amount, but we really wanted to provide food in a little more of a dignified way. So we converted our storage room into literally a community market. So this is what it looks like if you're looking at it in the corner angle. It looks like a little market. It's kind of done like Trader Joe's. So as you see, there is freezer there for proteins. There is dairy products, there's fruits and vegetables, and then canned goods. We do offer diapers and I think there's even a corner for animal food as well. So it just depends. Sometimes we get dog food and cat food, which is always a big win at our community market. And then we also have a bakery little section as well. And if there's anything, for example, this month of Easter or something, as we get a lot of great donations, sometimes we'll provide Easter baskets. Someone decides to donate them, blankets, or back to school things. It just depends on the season, and so then the community market clients are able to access extra items. Outside of community market, if we get an abundance of, like, I think a couple months ago it was cabbage or there's always a big amount of something that we received extra, so our clients can always take extra what's outside, and so it's usually a good amount, but people have a list of depending on their family size, and they come in with a grocery cart and they shop for themselves depending on that list. Every section has a labeled name, so it's either canned goods. So on the list, they'll tell you, 5 canned goods, or, 1 milk, 2 eggs. It just depends on your family size. But once they've circled around, gotten all their groceries, they'll be checked out by a volunteer so they can transfer their food items, and then they can take their food to their car. And how can they register? Pretty much they can call over the phone, or they can come to our front desk, and one of our volunteers will register them. All they need is a name, their information, so they have their client ID number. And then that same day, they may not be able to come into the community market, but they'll receive a emergency food bag. So if you ever need to send someone over for emergency food bags, we always have those available at the front desk as well.
And if anyone hasn't been here, it is so cool, this space, when we got to tour it. And just like the level of like independence of being able to select, so many items in each category, but being able to select and pick what you actually like. And I think when we were there, they even had in the freezer like little birthday cakes or cupcakes and stuff, even to celebrate a special event with your family. But just a really cool little market and great setup. So if you have not been, it is definitely something to see for sure.
Thank you, Samantha. I'm really happy you all came over, because it's kind of hard to explain. The picture does justice. So like Samantha mentions, we have really great partnerships. We partner with Goodness Cakes, which also does cake deliveries. That means a client can submit a cake or a cupcake request as now their house, so they're able to really focus on their family memories and holidays, and so we're able to provide them free cakes for their parties, and they can start. We'll get decorations provided to us, so that we have bins of decorations, or it just depends on the family's need, or just hope for the day, right? And so we're very fortunate for those kind of opportunities. So we definitely take full advantage of that. So what happens our community market, as that was just one area. Inside there's a big storage of where all the food is kept. It's a big warehouse. And so in there, Families Forward is very fortunate that we are run by 200 volunteers. So they run our community market, our front desk, and they're also part of our warehouse piece, and then other services as well. Our operation hours is Monday through Thursday, and on Mondays we're open from 9 to 2, and Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays we're open from 10 to 3. they are able to pick up food every 14 days only because our numbers have grown so big since we opened the community market. Before it was once a week, but because there's so much in abundance and now our numbers keep growing, we want to be able to serve everyone. So people are leaving like with 4 to 5 bags of groceries. And just depends, every week is something different, but we try to keep more of our basics in line. But again, there's always room for new opportunities of donations and other food programs we work with. We work with Second Harvest, we work with Target, we work with various different program opportunities. So right now we're very fortunate. There's an abundance to continue to provide for the community. Any questions on the community market food pantry? No? Okay. And so I mentioned seasonal programs. Normally, if we've partnered, and we haven't, then I haven't fully done my job, and I apologize. It's been a creative year, but I will be better. And so with the seasonal programs here at Families Forward, I like to invite our partnerships on site, because of the creativity we had in the past year, and we weren't able to out of safety reasons for our community. But normally for back to school, we do a resource event where we invite our clients and our community market clients in our community. But recently because we've grown so much, anyone in our housing program is connected to a back to school event, Thanksgiving, and Holiday Wish. And then anyone in our community market is also connected. So there is a resource in abundance for them. So for back to school, they're receiving backpack and school supplies. For Thanksgiving, they're receiving certain items. Sometimes in the year, they'll give a gift card for that as well, for any protein they may want to purchase. And then, of course, our Holiday Wish, families will provide a wish list where that list will be adopted or gathered by either our board or programs and different opportunities. They will take that list and provide what's on that wish list for the family. So a lot of work goes into these holiday programs, which we have a really good time. So we don't look well from, I want to say, from September to December. There's something that happens to us, but like I said, we're really in it, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to remind us of the work we do. Any questions on this slide? Okay, so as promised, how do you get connected to all of this great stuff, right? How do you submit your services for your clients? So Families Forward, we serve Central and South, as every housing program has its specific location, right? We all can't be all things to everybody. So for Families Forward, we do serve Lake Forest, Tribeca Canyon, Irvine, and then anything on our request, it says unknown zip code as well. It could be it's very specific. And then, of course, our central is Huntington Beach, Santa Ana, Tustin, Westminster as well. So every housing agency, there's a lot of us. I don't know how many of you are familiar with all the housing agencies. Are all of you familiar by any chance? Raise your hand if you are. Okay, there's quite a few of us. So we're all designated to certain service areas. And so because if you're not familiar with the Family Solutions Collaborative, all the housing programs are part of this collaborative. We're all part of there so that we can all maintain our, I think, order and how referrals are sent and how they're assigned to us. Recently, there's been a lot of changes. And so normally someone could have filled out the service request form. And if you're familiar, you submit the service request form. The client normally would receive an email letting them someone would contact them within 3 business days. And then the agency they were assigned to would call the client. Right now, it's also on our website, but you can call 211. Everyone is right now. 211 is definitely the powering force behind the referrals that go for housing services. And then that is how we're getting assigned to the referrals that are getting to Families Forward right now. But it's also on our website as well. And we're just kind of working through that as clients get assigned to us. So if you see a delay or in that process, yeah, definitely working a little harder in these days to making sure clients are connected to a housing agency or a number was provided to them. So if there's ever anything that comes in the where client says they were connected to Families Forward and you haven't seen any results, feel free to give me a call. Or email me, and that way I can support in any way. What are the questions that normally, if you have an experience, what questions they have a 2-in-1 or they're asking for? These are really the questions that identify how the client will get assigned to an agency. So are you currently residing in Orange County? Sometimes people are in Riverside, so we don't serve Riverside County or LA County. We only serve Orange County. Is anyone in your household a veteran of US? Because there's certain programs that are specific to our veterans. And then what type of insurance do you have is a really great one, because if they have Cal Optima or certain insurances, that will connect them to certain grant opportunities. And then, is anyone in the family currently pregnant? Because that is considered still family. And then, do you have a minor children in your care? Because obviously we serve families with minor age children. And then where did you sleep last night is probably to me one of the most important ones, because if client identifies in Irvine or identifies in Santa Ana, or that's where the client will be assigned according to the agency that's in that service area. So not a lot of complication, but really it's just the identifiers that will help them be assigned to an agency. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. That means I did my job.
Yeah, it was very thorough, very good.
I have a question.
Yes. Almost.
So if, say, I have a member call 211, can they request to be connected with Families Forward?
No, that's a great question. That's a really great question. I know. They cannot, that's what I'm saying, how they identify what city they're in. No, it just depends. Because every area they identify at, that's just how we're all assigned to. But great question. So as you saw where our service areas are, right? So those are the kind of things, but for sure. But also too, if a client is assigned to a certain agency, they may not be having the results they need, or there's certain conflict. They definitely can also be, I believe, and in my experience, they can request to be assigned to another agency if it gets to that point.
Okay.
Any other great questions?
And then Beatrice, if I remember correctly, and I don't know if things have changed, but you can also access the community market or the food pantry if you don't need the housing or whatever, right? Too, like they're separate.
Yeah, this is open to anybody. We have seniors, we have our college students coming in. The community market is not specific to our requirements for housing. This is just goes that our housing clients receive housing, food services through there, but also our community, anyone in the community, there's no income requirement. We just have to sign up and they get access to the community market.
Right, like they sign up and then they get scheduled a time and a date, like to go in and go shopping.
Correct, yes.
Correct, okay.
Great question. Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, I will be putting my name and email in the chat if, like I mentioned, if any of you are interested in having a tour here, Families Forward, or have questions, maybe you get curious after this great presentation we were interactive in, then for sure, feel free, you can reach out. I'd definitely love to be a resource for you. And then I'd love to schedule you in for a meeting or a tour that we can better partner with.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, so now we could go around if anyone has any announcements or things they'd like to share. I will start with Hire's having our resource fair on Wednesday, May 13th. If any of you have attended before, we usually are at the Honda Center, but this year we will be at the Grove of Anaheim, which is right down the street, kind of behind the Anaheim Stadium, if you guys aren't familiar with where that is. And if you want to tell your clients or be a vendor or anything like that, then we can just reach out and we can send you the registration forms for that. But if anybody else has any other questions or announcements or anything.
Hi, I would love to share about Whatever It Takes Youth. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar. I know we're currently in talks with Mecca and Families Forward. But for those of you that don't know about Whatever It Takes Youth, it's a brand new pilot program that helps youth ages 12 through 24 who are currently experiencing homeless or at risk of homelessness. And so just to kind of give you a quick recap of the program, what we do is having diversion creative housing conversations in order to divert them away from the homelessness response system. So the goal is to get them away from homelessness shelters, vouchers. We want to get them into either reuniting with family, friends, getting their own apartment. So totally, again, away from the homelessness response system if possible. I know this is not, it might not work for every youth, but there will be youth and young adults where this program that does fit that need. So for example, if they're trying to get into a sober living, we can also assist with that. So the assistance would be, it's a one-time payment assistance and it's direct assistance to the client, not to the agency. So the funding goes to the client with either a physical card, an e-card, or a third-party payment if that's what's needed. We have a really quick turnaround with submitting the funds. So our goal is within 24 to 48 hours is to release the funds to the client. So it all just depends on the housing plan, the case managers. You guys are the ones that have the direct communication with the clients. We receive the housing plan, we review it. If it all looks good, then we release the funds. And so what does that mean? The housing plan means that the client has come up with a plan. So whether it's to reunite with family or friends, rent a room, go to a sober living, what we're looking for is that it's safe housing outside of the homelessness response system, and they're able to afford it. So we want to see affordability and sustainability. If the client can't afford the housing plan, then we can't approve the plan. So let's say that your youth is 24 years old. They just got a job, they're waiting for that first paycheck, but they're able to get into a room for rent, then we can assist with that first month's rent. And if they're asking for a deposit, we can help with deposit assistance as well. So that's a new program that we're looking to really partner with agencies. Like I mentioned, we're currently in the talks with Mecca, Families Forward. We just got the okay from, I think it was Kathy, who I've been in communication with. So any other new agencies that are interested in partnering with us, please shoot them my way. I added my email to the chat, and I would love to connect with you further.
So basically you're looking to connect with other housing partners, correct? And then they will reach out to you for the assistance when they have somebody.
Yes, so not just homeless providers, but any other providers. It could be school districts, it could be work readiness programs, mental health providers. We're really just trying to scale our program up right now and be able to tap into other organizations where our youth and young adults are part of. So not just homeless providers. So in order to become a certified partner, you do need to attend our training. So we have a prevention diversion training. We actually have one coming up in April. We have one coming up in May, but that's going to be in person. So once your team completes the training, they sign a certified provider form, and then that's all you need to start submitting housing plans. So the training will go over more in depth about what steps are needed, how to create a housing plan, what does diversion mean? Because not everybody's trained in diversion prevention. So that's really important for us. So it's really easy. It's just that training and then the provider form, and then you're good to go.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Any other questions, upcoming announcements, any events or anything anyone wants to share?
Just like I mentioned, we are at Tustin FRC. If you're familiar with the Tustin FRC, we're right off of Main Street in Tustin, right across from the Tustin Library and next to the Saddleback Chapel. And it's kind of in between. So if you have not been, I encourage you to. So it's a great resource for our clients and also other services as well. And then so that you could be added to our calendar of different events and resource opportunities and all the services they provide there. So if anyone's interested in receiving that flyer, I can definitely send it out with Samantha so everyone receives it. But also a tour there as well if you're interested.
And Beatrice, I know I asked you earlier, it's any families, any adult with a minor use. So does that mean 18 or under, or 17 or under, or what is the definition of use?
17 and under, yeah.
17
You're
under, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you all being here. I appreciate your presentation, Beatrice, and then also Neptolib for your information on these programmings. I think, you know, we're not a housing provider, but I mean, Sammy can speak to this, but I think that this is the big challenge that so many people and clients are facing right now. And I know my case management and my team often feels helpless when like someone says, I'm going to be out of I need a place in 30 days. And, you know, the job market isn't great either, right? So the likeliness of them getting a job and being able to get paid and be able to sustain where they're living or find somewhere new is definitely challenging. So, you know, learning about all of you and the wonderful work that you do, and just being able to, you know, try to provide our clients with information is very helpful for us. So, thank you. No other announcements then. If anyone, like I said, is interested in our resource fair, please reach out and we can get you those registration forms if you're interested. But if there's no other questions or anything, then we can go ahead and wrap up for today. Oh, someone's typing. Oh,
I just added my email in case you need to reach out to me. Please feel free to let me know and I can help you on the steps for WITY.
perfect. Thank you so much.
And then do we get a copy of the deck? Sorry, I came in a little late and this is my first time attending. Do we get a copy of the deck after the meeting?
We actually post the whole recording on the our website, but I did ask Beatrice to send me the deck if she can. So we can, but usually we post it on our website for people that couldn't attend to. You can share with your team or point people in that direction as well. But I can share, if Beatrice is okay sharing it, I can send it to you as well, Monica.
Okay, thank you. And then I will be at the fair because I know I did the registration. So
okay, great. We'll see you there.